1. It is hard to imagine a more stupid or more dangerous way of making decisions than by putting those decisions in the hands of people who pay no price for being wrong. 2. When you want to help people, you tell them the truth. When you want to help yourself, you tell them what they want to hear. 3. There are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. 4. It takes considerable knowledge just to realize the extent of your own ignorance. 5. Nobody is equal to anybody. Even the same man is not equal to himself on different days. 6. Politics is the art of making your selfish desires seem like the national interest. 7. What exactly is your fair share of what someone else has worked for? 8. Racism is not dead, but it is on life support, kept alive by politicians, race hustlers, and people who get a sense of superiority by denouncing others as racist. 9. Social engineering, the art of replacing what works with what sounds good. 10. Of all ignorance, the ignorance of the educated is the most dangerous. Not only are educated people likely to have more influence, they are the last people to suspect that they don't know what they are talking about when they go outside their narrow fields. 11. One of the most important reasons for studying history is that virtually every stupid idea that is in vogue today has been tried before and proved disastrous before, time and again. 12. When people get used to preferential treatment, equal treatment seems like discrimination. 13. I have never understood why it is greed to want to keep the money you have earned but not greed to want to take somebody else's money. 14. People who enjoy meetings should not be in charge of anything. 15. It's amazing how much panic one honest man can spread among a multitude of hypocrites. 16. The first lesson of economics is scarcity. There is never enough of anything to fully satisfy all those who want it. The first lesson of politics is to disregard the first lesson of economics. 17. Deception is one of the quickest ways to gain little things and lose big things. 18. Ideas are everywhere, but knowledge is rare. 19. In the long run, the greatest weapon of mass destruction is stupidity. 20. Intellect is not wisdom. 21. It is so easy to be wrong and to persist in being wrong when the costs of being wrong are paid by others. 22. One of the common failings among honorable people is a failure to appreciate how thoroughly dishonorable some other people can be and how dangerous it is to trust them. 23. People who talk incessantly about change are often dogmatically set in their ways. They want to change other people. 24. If you are not prepared to use force to defend civilization, then be prepared to accept barbarism. 25. Ours may become the first civilization destroyed, not by the power of our enemies, but by the ignorance of our teachers and the dangerous nonsense they are teaching our children. In an age of artificial intelligence, they're creating artificial stupidity. 26. The word racism is like ketchup. It can be put on practically anything, and demanding evidence makes you a racist. 27. It doesn't matter how smart you are unless you stop and think. 28. People who pride themselves on their complexity and deride others for being simplistic should realize that the truth is often not very complicated. What gets complex is evading the truth. 29. Talkers are usually more articulate than doers, since talk is their specialty. 30. The welfare state is not really about the welfare of the masses. It is about the egos of the elites. 31. The Constitution cannot protect us unless we protect the Constitution. 32. It is usually futile to try to talk facts and analysis to people who are enjoying a sense of moral superiority in their ignorance. 33. Anyone who studies the history of ideas should notice how much more often people on the political left, more so than others, denigrate and demonize those who disagree with them, instead of answering their arguments. 34. The same set of statistics can produce opposite conclusions at different levels of aggregation. 35. The least productive people are usually the ones who are most in favor of holding meetings. 36. Sometimes it seems as if there are more solutions than problems. On closer scrutiny, it turns out that many of today's problems are a result of yesterday's solutions. 37. Too much of what is called education is little more than an expensive isolation from reality. 38. Economics is a study of cause and effect relationships in an economy. Its purpose is to discern the consequences of various ways of allocating resources which have alternative uses. It has nothing to say about philosophy or values, any more than it has to say about music or literature. 39. The next time some academics tell you how important diversity is, ask how many Republicans there are in their sociology department. 40. In this era of political correctness, some people seem unaware that being squeamish about words can mean being blind to realities.